Hello and welcome to Shaquatics Live. It's been a while, but I'm excited to be back. We've had a busy summer, so we got a lot to talk about. As always on Shaquatics Live, here's how we're going to do it. I am going to give you a couple things to think about, a couple polo things, a couple of things that I'm working on, and then you guys are welcome to ask me questions. All right, jump on, ask me questions. Anything about polo, I'll give you my best opinion. All right, welcome to Shaquatics Live. I'm Coach David, and I will be here for you guys. All right, so here we go. Couple things. One, we just released our second book in our Child's Guide series, Delilah and the Missing Curtains. It sounds like a mystery novel. It's not. It's a child's guide to happiness and gratitude. So it's on Amazon. And Brittany did an amazing job animating, coloring, drawing the pictures. So if you have kids anywhere ages 4 to 12, I say, and you want to talk about gratitude and happiness with them, I highly recommend Delilah and the Missing Curtains. Check it out on Amazon. And we only have 3 reviews right now on Amazon. So if you guys could help me out, if you read it and you like it, leave me a review. I would really appreciate it. So Delilah and the Missing Curtains. I also have a brand new online course on egg beater. It's a full course on how to tread water like water polo players do. And it's on Udemy, Udemy. And it's start to finish, no commercials, takes you through everything on how to egg beater. So if you want to learn how to egg beater and you don't want to cherry pick different videos on YouTube here, there, and that, you want a full course, check out my course on Udemy. I have it up on my website, shaquatics.com, so you can check it out there. And it's all over my YouTube page. So full course on egg beater on Udemy. And guys, I'm announcing today I am writing a book on water polo. I'm writing a water polo book right now. I'm working on it. Fundamentals, fundamentals, fundamentals. And I can't wait to show that to you. I think you guys are really going to like it. All right, let's get going. Again, Bruno Massa. Hello. Welcome to Shaquatics Live. Glad you guys are here. So again, I'm going to go over a couple of things, but if you have questions, hit me up with your questions and then I'll break away and answer your questions. You're welcome. Let's see, Nikazi and Cebu, you're welcome. Hey, I really appreciate you guys. This is really great for me. So the first thing I got for you today is my John Wooden quote of the day. If you guys know me at all, I love John Wooden. I mean, who doesn't? The wisdom, so smart, so grounded, so thoughtful. So that today, this is so that we don't get too arrogant and it gets in our way. Talent is God-given. Be humble. Fame is man-given. Be grateful. Conceit is self-given. Be careful. And so something to think about. Be humble in everything you do. Conceit is something we give ourselves. Be careful. And fame is man-given. And by the way, since fame is man-given, right? Whatever man gives you, man can take away. So if you're riding on fame and man gives you fame, man can also take that away. So just be careful of that as well. All right. Nikazu and Cebu, I think I pronounced that. So you asked a question, I've got trials tomorrow. What do spectators look for? Answer me this real quick. Are you asking, you are a spectator and you want to know what to look out for? So do I have that correct? And then I will answer your question. But I want to go into a couple ideas I had from watching some tape of the Junior Olympics. And let's see if I can, I'm going to need to move this down just a little bit so you guys can see my board. There we go. Okay. So, that's going to hit my microphone. All right. Let's put that here. So let's say you're on offense and your defender is sloughing off you. So I'm going to drop a scenario here. I'm going to draw it up here so you guys can see it. and I'm gonna show it to you. So let's say you're here. Okay, so the ball is on this side of the pool, and let's say you're this offensive player here. Okay, 2 meters is here, and let's say that your man is sloughing off you into 2 meters. Okay, all right, so you're at this flat, the ball's over here, and your defender's not pressing you. Okay, now obviously you can possibly catch a cross pass for a catch and shoot. Okay, but what I want you guys to think about is some weak side movement. Weak side movement is great in these situations, or it gives the defense an opportunity to make a mistake, and it makes it a little bit harder for the defense to pick up on what you guys are doing. Okay, so in this situation, I want you to try something. Slough off you. Instead of just sitting out here hoping for a cross pass, I want you to drive down right here to this post. And notice, if you can get in front of this defender, that's a huge advantage. Now think about it. If you're a right-hander on this side and you're in front of that defender, if this guy crosses it at all, if you keep your hips up, you can just do a redirect with your right hand right in the goal. Easy. Just keep that defender pinned with your hips up behind you. So if you drive in front of this defender here, you're at a huge advantage for a nice cross pass, catch and shoot. Remember, the goalie is going to be over here, right? So think about driving down onto that goalpost and make sure you get in front of this defender. Now, when this guy drives down, I would want this guy just to curl up into the pocket and give the cross pass a lane. All right, make this defender make a choice. Who are you going to guard? All right. So when you're being sloughed off of on that weak side, try some weak side movement. This is a great thing to do. It doesn't have to be drawn up by the coach. It's just something that you can do instinctively. All right, give that a chance and let me know how that works for you. I'm gonna go over one more thing, and I got one question in there, but hit me up with your questions as I'm talking, and then I'll get back. I want to cover one more thing that I saw in a game I was watching. Again, the ball was on this side. 2 meters was set on this side. Now, the ball is not on the side 2 meters is set on. So we cannot pass the ball into 2 meters. But what this guy was doing on the weak side, this defender was not all the way pressed out on this wing. That's terrible defense. You can't do that. If you don't have a viable set, meaning there's a front, you have to be pressed up on that weak side. You have to be pressed up on the weak side. And what happened? This guy crossed it all the way over for a catch and shoot. Remember, the goalie's on this side. So a goalie is going to have a real hard time covering a wing-to-wing pass for a catch and shoot in here. This guy he's not doing anything. He's not doing anything. He's dropped down into set, but the ball's over here. So who's he guarding? Nobody. He's in no man's land. So just make sure if you're on the weak side and set's on your side and the ball's over here, you got to get all the way out on your man, and you cannot allow a wing-to-wing pass across, especially dry hand-to-hand. You got to get all the way out on the man. So something to think about if your guy's dropped off. Something to think about if the set is on your side and the ball is on the opposite side and you're this defender. Get all the way out on that man. There's no reason for you to drop back. The ball's over here. All right? Let me know if that makes sense to you guys. If it doesn't, I'll explain it a little bit more. All right. We'll see what kind of questions you guys have. All right. So the first one is, okay, you're a player. You got trials tomorrow. What do spectators look for? Okay, so my first thought, Nikazi, is as a player, we're not interested in what spectators are looking for. Spectators are interested in goals, maybe assists, but as a player, we're looking at a multitude of things. We want to defend, we want to facilitate. I'll give you a great example that you do it, something you do as a player that spectators probably wouldn't even notice. It's it's the pass before the pass. So let's say let's say 2 meters is fronted like this. Okay. Now in this situation, we know that we need to get the ball winging in, right? So let's say you're this guy out here, okay, and the wing's down here. Let's say you're this guy out at point, right? Now you're going to make this, you see this play, and you're going to make this pass down to the wing, and then the wing's going to go in, and he's either going to shoot it or get an ejection. Okay. Now, how many of the spectators are crediting this guy with that play? Nobody. But the coaches are like, nice play, because they know that you made the exact right play to make this ejection work. You're the reason. If you don't get it down to the wing, this doesn't happen, right? So that's the pass before the pass. So I would be more concerned on playing the right way and doing the things that are going to make your team successful and not worrying about what the spectators are looking for. That's a trap. It's a trap. All right. I play as a center back or on the wings. Okay, so let me know if that answered your question, Nikazi, and we can go into a little bit more detail in just a minute. If you have the opportunity to play for a national team that is not a top team, but you will have the chance to go to world championships, would you do it? I would do it. I would do it for the experience because so you're saying you have a chance to play for a national team. It's not a great national team, but you have a chance to play and you can go to the world championships and play against some of the best players in the world. I would do it. What do you have to lose? When I was in college, I played at Claremont McKenna College, with Division III college, and some of our favorite games were games we got to play against Division I teams. Not because we were going to win, because we didn't. They were good. They were bigger, stronger, faster, better. But we competed hard and we learned a lot. You can learn a lot by playing against players that are better than you. Why do you want to play against players that are worse than you? I always want to play against players that are better. So those games you get up for. So I would play on that national team. And then when you're playing some of the best national teams, even if you're getting your butt kicked, learn, right? Learn, not only learn, two things. Learn from what they're doing. That's interesting. That's a good, right? But also test yourself, like, because if you score on one of those guys, that's awesome, right? You got to guard me. I know you're one of the best players in the world, but you got to guard me. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to try to get open. You got to guard me. And if I score on you or I make a good play, it's a feather in my cap. So it's exciting. So compete against them and really, really try to execute. And if you're able to do that, you can take small victories. You don't have to win the whole game to take small victories away from playing against some of the best in the world. Yeah, so I think you should do it. What have you got to lose? All right, any more questions? While I'm waiting to see any more questions, just going to show you Delilah one more time. And anybody who's struggling with egg beater kick, listen, coaches don't like to teach egg beater kick, and a lot of them teach it wrong. So if you have like friends or new players or brother and sisters starting out, I'm telling you, this course on Udemy is great. I worked really hard on it. It's start to finish. So if you want a full course, it's $19.99, and sometimes they run deals to make it cheaper. So if you want a course, I highly recommend it. You can check that out. Okay, I got another question here. And my high school is starting soon, but the first polo game is on the first day of school. That's awesome. That's the best part about high school. The best part about high school is water polo. Sorry, it's the best part. And I don't know about you guys can let me know. When I went to high school, we got to miss sixth period for our games. Oh, that was the best. History. My history teacher hated it. He was so mad at us. But we got to leave at the end of fifth period when we had away games, and that was awesome. It kind of made us feel special. I loved it. No history today. We're playing an away game, and then at CIF, it would just get so exciting around CIF time. So enjoy it. High school sports is a unique and wonderful time of your life. Enjoy it. Don't let it go by without enjoying it. I know we're so fixated on doing well, winning, competing, working hard, and all that's great. Okay. But I'm telling you, it goes fast. So, in amongst all that stuff, working hard, pushing yourself, wanting to win, I get that. Amidst all that, make sure you're enjoying it. Make sure you're enjoying it. All right, guys. So we talked about earlier, if you didn't check it out, you can go back and watch. We talked about weak side movement when you're being sloughed off of. So check that out. If you're being sloughed off that flat, driving down and giving that offensive team something to think about with your weak side movement if they're dropping off into 2 meters. And we talked about not sloughing off your man if there's a front in 2 meters. So you can go back and check that out. All right, another question. What do you think is important to include in an email to a college coach? That's a great question. I'm I'm going to tell you what I look for as a coach and a player and what I think coaches look for. We want character guys, guys that we're not going to have to worry about in terms of playing a team game. I mean, water polo is in many ways the ultimate team sport. Basketball, you can weave through traffic in basketball. You can go one on one. You shouldn't, but you can. Water polo, you can't go one on one at all. You can't take a ball and weave through people, dribble through traffic. You can't do that. You have to pass the ball in water polo. You have to. 2 meter players, yes, they score one on one sometimes, but someone has to pass them the ball. They're in the post. So coaches want players that are going to be unselfish and play a team game. They want character guys that are going to be good for the team. Obviously, they want skill. They want players that can play defense, especially new players coming in, rookies. You want to know that you can put a rookie in and they're not going to be a defensive liability. So you want to put that you not only play defense, but that you relish the opportunity and the challenge to play defense, because in many ways defense is about work ethic and accepting that challenge and not being lazy. So I would impress upon a coach that you play defense, and hopefully you do, that you're a good character guy, that you work hard. um, I think those are the things that I would look for, the top two. So I hope that helps. All right, let's go to another question. I want to improve my game, so I start going to the gym. Any specific gym training you recommend for water polo players? You know what? Boy, GG. Um, that is a great question. I need to do that as a video. Gym, I'm going to write that down. Gym workouts for polo. Okay, I need to do a video on that. So I will do that and I will get that to you hopefully soon. But I'll give you a couple things to think about today. And then, oh, you're welcome, Bruno Mars. Bruno Massa. I called you Bruno Mars. Bruno Massa, you're welcome. I'll give you a couple things to think about in the gym for water polo. I don't get squats, heavy squats for water polo. I've never understood why girls or guys go in the gym and do heavy squats for water polo. You're doing egg beater. Egg beater is all about pop and endurance because you're doing egg beater for the whole game. You need endurance. So I don't like heavy squats. if you want to get stronger with your egg beater, a lot of that work you got to just do in the water. There's really no replicating that in the weight room. Now, in terms of upper body, so I would do, if you're going to do squats, I would do at least 3 sets of 10, and I would do not super heavy, because there's no reason to blow out a knee doing heavy squats. In terms of upper body, I would mix it up. So some days, most of the time, I would do 3 sets of at least 10 of everything, because you don't need to max out. Every once in a while, I would do some real heavy stuff just to test yourself. It's fun to test yourself on bench press, do 2 or 3 of something heavier. But most of the time, keep it 3 sets, at least 10 to 15. And then sometimes you're going to want to do some burnout sets where you just do like a lighter weight, but you do it straight 30 seconds. And that's great, like a circuit where you're doing 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off, and pick 5 stations and just go around and just you'll be wiped. Set your weights up to medium, not light, not super heavy, and just go 30 seconds and then 15 while you switch, and then go bum 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 bum. Because again, polo, there's so much endurance with polo that you need to replicate that in the weight room. Okay, but I like a little variety. So you do the circuit one day, then you do straight 3 sets of 10 another day, and then another day you do a little bit heavier, and so you mix it up. So those are my initial thoughts. You want to do a tricep, right? This one's good with the dumbbell over your head. That's a great tricep one, because that's really good with your shooting. Come over the top and get that tricep strength. But I'll do a video on that, and I'll show you guys some of my favorites. That's a great idea. All right, guys. For those of you that weren't here at the beginning, I am writing a water polo book on some of the most important fundamentals that I think everyone should know, and I'm really excited about it. I'm pouring a lot into this book, and I want to have it maybe out by early next year. So you're going to hear me talking about it, but it's going to have video supplements to it and pictures. It's going to be pretty cool. I'm excited about it. If you haven't checked out Delilah and the Missing Curtains, please do that on Amazon. You can go David Farkas, Amazon. You can look up Delilah and the Missing Curtains, and it's a great book. You're ready to buy it. Nice. Thank you, Bruno Massa. My water polo book is going to be on Amazon. It'll be the same as my Delilah books and the Don't Make Noise, Lose with Poise. It'll be in the same place, Amazon.com. Super easy. I'm not going to make it super expensive, and yeah, it's going to be real easy to get. Making separate videos just for the book, kind of like the Udemy thing on Egg Beater, where I go start to finish instead of like a hodgepodge of kind of hunting and pecking for stuff on polo. This book's going to kind of take you through a lesson plan that you can go through beginning to end in order, so that you can really kind of refine your skills. So I'm super excited. I haven't done Shaquatics live in a while. This was fun, guys. We have memberships available on our site if you want to support us on Shaquatics. Check those out. I'm so appreciative of you guys. I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate you. Leave me questions on Shaquatics if you have questions. If you have a game, and you have a question upcoming for it, you let me know. Ooh, okay, last question. I'll answer it and then I'll get off. What do I recommend eating the morning before? Okay, the morning. So what do you eat before you play? Okay, a lot of this is personal. So you got to find what works for you. Let me tell you what's not going to work. Horns aplenty, Danish, pastries, donuts. That's not going to work. That's going to be heavy. You don't want anything heavy weighing you down. Eggs, scrambled eggs, toast, wheat toast. That's a great breakfast. Scrambled eggs and wheat toast. Oatmeal's great, but for me, after I eat a bowl of oatmeal, I'm like hungry 30 minutes later. So if you do oatmeal, pair it with some eggs, or pair it with toast, or put some almonds are great in the oatmeal. Almonds or walnuts are great in the oatmeal. That'll help. A little bit of fruit But again, this is very personal. Some people, like for fruit, like a lot of fruit gives them an upset stomach when they go work out. So if fruit, is kind of rough on your stomach, you want something like, oh, bananas. Yes, I highly recommend bananas. So you want stuff that settles in your tummy and your stomach so that you can work out hard and there's no issues. It just feels great. And bananas for me were wonderful. In fact, if you had like scrambled eggs and toast, and then like an hour before the game you ate a banana, I think that would be great. Those are my recommendations. Great questions. Great questions. We'll do this in a few weeks, guys, and I will see you then. Again, thank you so much. Have a good weekend. Bye.